furious. Meghan and Harry seething as Eugenie and Beatrice put the pair in their place at St. Paul's. Princess Eugenie and Princess Beatrice didn't move from their seats at the Platinum Jubilee service of Thanksgiving St. Paul's Cathedral in an orchestrated ploy to block any awkward photos with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, an expert claims. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were said to be absolutely furious with the seating arrangements at St. Paul's, but Prince Andrew's daughters prevented them from switching seats, according to royal commentator Richard Eden. Appearing on Palace Confidential, Eden discussed the seating arrangements at St. Paul's and how the two princesses didn't move from their seats to avoid an awkward photo opportunity with the Duke and Duchess. The Daily Mail show's host, Joe Elvin, asked Mr. Eden if he thought there would have been assigned seats or if the royals would have just been shown to a seat by ushers as they arrived. The royal expert replied, "From what I'm told there really was assigned seating. Why it was so, Beatrice and Eugenie didn't move, they didn't, sort of, move down the row to let them, Harry and Meghan, in, they stuck to their seats." He added that there was a reason that the princesses stayed put in their designated seats. Eden said, why they left there was a procession to leave the cathedral. It meant that Harry and Meghan were far behind, they had to wait for everyone else in their row to leave first so they couldn't be photographed. This meant, they weren't in the same shots as Prince Charles or the Cambridges. They were nowhere near them. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were notably snubbed by the royal family at the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and a royal expert believes that the firm effectively threw royal protocol out the window. Speaking about the same on Palace Confidential, royal expert Richard Eden said, "Everyone has been intrigued by the seating plan at St. Paul's Cathedral." He added, "It was genuinely fascinating because even though the royal family were very keen to make sure that Harry and Meghan were mentioned in the court circular, that's the first time for a couple of years. They were mentioned directly after the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, so they kept with the order of precedence. Well, that went out the window in the service," Eden further commented. He went on to say, "What we saw in the service was Meghan and Harry relegated to the second row. So even though he's the brother of William, he had to sit behind the Queen's cousins who come far down the line of precedence." Eden added that both Prince Harry and Meghan were tucked away. It is pertinent to note that Harry and Meghan left the UK early, even before the Jubilee celebrations ended, with many royal experts suggesting that it may be due to their second-row status at the Thanksgiving service. William refused to make any eye contact with his younger brother Prince Harry at St. Paul's Cathedral. The estranged brothers sat a few rows apart at the Platinum Jubilee service of Thanksgiving on Friday, and weren't seen to speak at all. Royal watcher Neil Sean has also said that the pomp and ceremony of the Queen's service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral would have been a stark reminder to Prince Harry of what he has given up. Richard Eden said he thought that the princess's blocking move was deliberate, to which Ms. Elvin added that it seemed orchestrated. Royal correspondent Victoria Murphy, who was also appearing on the show, chipped in, "I think the seating, I'm sure, was decided in advance." Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were also greeted by a mix of boos and cheers as they arrived at St. Paul's Cathedral. As noted by Sky News commentators, the couple were welcomed by a mix of cheers and boos. Nevertheless, the pair continued to smile while walking inside and while being greeted by clergymen in attendance. While the pair were walking down the nave, Sky News commentator Rhiannon Mills briefly addressed the relationship between the Sussexes and the rest of the firm by speaking of an enormous snub.